If someone attacked you right now, most people would swing wildly, punch, kick, panic. But real ninjas didn't fight like that. They studied the body, like hackers study a computer, because the human body has shutdown buttons, hidden switches, tiny pressure points that can short-circuit the nervous system. Yet here's the terrifying truth. The most dangerous ninjutsu strikes aren't the powerful ones. They're the smallest ones. The ones that look harmless, but hit the body like pulling the plug on a laptop. And today, we're revealing 12 shadow ninjutsu moves so dangerous, most martial arts schools refuse to teach them. But wait until you see move number 1, because it targets the body like a light switch for the heart. Move number 1, the ghost thumb, heart gate strike. Imagine someone tapping your chest, soft, almost polite. That's exactly how this strike works. The ninja uses the thumb knuckle to strike a pressure point just left of the sternum, right above the heart nerve cluster. Think of the body like a smartphone motherboard. Most people smash the screen, but ninjas? They press the reset pin. This tiny strike sends a shock through the vagus nerve network. For a split second, the heart rhythm can stutter like buffering internet. It's fast, precise, and terrifyingly subtle. It's the martial arts version of Apple quietly shutting down an app in the background. But if that move feels scary, the next one is even worse. Because instead of touching the heart, it freezes the lungs. Move number 2, the wind cutter. This strike targets the solar plexus, but ninjas don't punch it, they slice it, using the edge of the hand like a blade. Imagine someone unplugging the air from your body. That's what happens. Your diaphragm spasms, your lungs lock, and for a moment, you forget how to breathe. It's like when Wi-Fi suddenly disconnects during a live stream. Everything freezes, your brain panics, and your body shuts down. But the next technique doesn't stop breathing. It attacks something even scarier, the brain's power cable. Move number 3, the neck shadow tap. Right under the ear, there's a nerve cluster called the carotid sinus. It controls blood pressure, heart rhythm, and consciousness. A sharp knuckle strike here confuses the brain. Think of it like pulling the HDMI cable out of a TV. The screen doesn't break. It just goes black. Suddenly, silently. And that's why many combat sports ban strikes to this region completely. But ninjas didn't stop there, because the next move attacks something even more fragile, your balance system. Move number 4, the temple whisper. The temple is one of the thinnest parts of the skull. A precise knuckle strike here sends a shockwave directly toward the brain. But ninjas rarely used full power. Instead, they used speed. Think of it like tapping a wine glass until it shatters. Not brute force, perfect vibration. One sharp impact can disorient the brain instantly. Vision blurs, balance collapses. It's like when a phone suddenly rotates and glitches. Your brain loses its orientation. But the next technique is even stranger, because it attacks the heart through the back. Move number 5, the raven spine strike. Right between the shoulder blades, there's a nerve pathway linked to breathing and heart rhythm. A downward hammer strike here can cause the nervous system to spasm. Think of the spine like a fiber optic cable. Everything passes through it. Breathing, movement, heartbeat signals. When that cable gets hit hard, the body flickers, like a power surge hitting a computer. But the next move? It's one of the most feared techniques in ninja folklore, because it targets the jaw. Move number 6, the dragon jaw snap. The jaw is directly connected to the brainstem through nerve pathways. A sharp upward palm strike here rattles the skull. Think of it like shaking a snow globe. Everything inside spins. Vision, balance, consciousness. Even fighters in boxing experience this effect. But ninjas amplified it with precision angles. Instead of swinging wildly, they used short, explosive strikes from inches away, like a coiled spring releasing. But the next technique doesn't attack the head. It attacks the blood flow to the brain. Move number 7, the carotid knife. 2 fingers, that's all it takes. Pressing sharply into the carotid artery region can disrupt blood flow. Imagine bending a garden hose. The water stops. The brain depends on oxygen. When that flow gets interrupted, the lights can flicker. Fast. It's the biological version of a Netflix stream buffering at the worst moment. But the next move is even more brutal, because it attacks the floating ribs.
Move number 8, the ribbreaker. The lower ribs aren't attached to the sternum, they float, which means they're fragile. A diagonal elbow strike here compresses the lungs and organs. Think of squeezing a soda can from the side. It collapses instantly. Pain explodes through the nervous system. Breathing becomes shallow, and the body begins to shut down. But the next move is almost invisible. Move number 9, the nerve pin. Right under the collarbone sits a bundle of nerves. A sharp finger jab here sends a shock through the arm. Instant numbness. The arm goes weak, like a controller disconnecting during a video game. Suddenly, your limb stops responding. But ninjas didn't just disable arms, they could shut down legs too. Move number 10, the leg switch. The outer thigh contains the common peroneal nerve. A kick or strike here causes the leg to collapse. Think of hitting the off button on a robot's motor. The brain sends signals, but the leg refuses to listen. Fighters call it a dead leg. Ninjas called it stealing the ground. But the next move, it's one of the most feared strikes in all of ninjutsu. Move number 11, the skull hammer. A downward hammer fist to the back of the skull, right above the neck. This area houses the brainstem gateway. It controls breathing and heart rate. That's why many combat sports strictly ban strikes here. Even moderate force can cause immediate blackout. It's like yanking the power cord out of a gaming console. Instant shutdown. But the final technique was whispered about in old ninja legends because it attacks the body's ultimate switch. Move number 12, the heart interrupt. This strike targets the sternum with a sudden explosive palm. The impact sends a shock through the rib cage, right toward the heart. In rare cases, a perfectly timed blow during a heartbeat cycle can disrupt rhythm. Doctors call a similar phenomenon commotio cordis. Think of it like hitting a drum at the exact wrong moment. The vibration interrupts the beat, and the rhythm collapses. That's why strikes to the chest are treated so seriously in modern combat sports. But here's the truth most martial arts masters won't tell you. These techniques weren't about strength, they were about precision. Like a sniper, not a brawler. The real secret of ninjutsu wasn't power, it was understanding the body like a control panel. Every nerve, every artery, every hidden switch. But remember, techniques like these were created for survival in life or death situations, not for street fights, not for ego. Because the moment you understand how fragile the human body really is, you also understand something deeper. The smartest fight is the one you never start. But if you want to see even darker martial arts secrets, there are ancient pressure point techniques, so dangerous. Many masters refuse to demonstrate them on camera. And trust me, what they can do to the brain is even more terrifying.